Welcome to Toomer's Couple Ministry. My name is Tony M. Toomer and my wife,
Taqusia Toomer.
We are here today to discuss a topic called Why Should I Communicate with You? Communication is very, very important in a relationship. Now, the question is, what is good and effective communications? Taqusia, to you, what is communication?
Communication is being able to talk, being able to verbally communicate with you feelings, desires, wants, needs, etc.
Okay, that's correct. That's correct. Is it very, very important to be able to communicate with your mate?
It's very important.
What if you have a mate that really don't want to communicate?
Then you really don't have a relationship, or you really don't have a mate. There can't be a relationship without form of communication.
Okay, to you, what is the most important aspect of communication? Because communication is basically verbal and non-verbal. When it comes to a woman, I know you can't speak for every woman. In general, when it comes to communication, do most women like verbal or non-verbal communication, or a combo of the two? And once you answer that, explain.
I would pretty much say that most women like verbal communication. They like to know what it is you want. People are not mind readers. They can't guess. They can't assume. And it's always effective if you communicate. If you verbally tell me what it is that you're thinking or you want, then I'll know.
Okay. What about the nonverbal? Does that speak a lot? Because it's a saying, actions speak louder than words. What about the nonverbal?
Well, that depends on what it is that we're being nonverbal about. And that's true. I say love is an action word.
Mm-hmm.
It requires you to show more than to tell. But for communication, I don't know if nonverbal would work, because we always need to be able to communicate, and we always need to be able to talk.
Okay, when it comes to a woman, and we're in this technology age, when it comes to cell phones and texting, do you think a woman would prefer a voice, her man's voice, or a message text? What you think from a woman's standpoint?
Now, from this woman, I'm okay with a text every now and then saying, hey, I love you, I'm thinking about you, or hope you're having a great day. But as for me, I need to hear your voice.
Okay, when it comes to texting, like let's say example, I love you, or you looking for another brother's communication, or what?
I'm looking for your communication, dear.
Okay. Okay, let me tell you something about communication from a man's standpoint. There are some men that really aren't verbal. Some men think if they give a woman money or things, that's supposed to take the place of the verbal communication, which from our society, it's like men don't supposed to show that they got a soft side. You know what I mean? It's not saying that the man is a woman or nothing like that, but a lot of time in our society, we are conditioned to be man. You know what I mean? And you're not supposed to show no weakness. And when I say weakness, just like say weeping, like in the Bible, it say that Jesus wept, but Jesus was fully God and he was fully man. So if a man weep, but you men go around crying all the time, but if you weep, it's not no sign of weakness. Some men think that when it comes to communication, it's like, say for example, if a woman say, we need to talk. In a man's mind, when she said we need to talk, it's like she want to talk about me, something that I'm doing or not doing. That's the mindset of a man Because it appears, not in all cases, that sometimes when a woman said, we need to talk, that's a warning sign to most men. You know what I mean? And then a lot of time when it comes to communication, when it be verbal communication, when a man start talking, the thing is about, if you have a woman that's a chatterbox, right, you can kind of like listen to her express her complete thought. But once she complete her complete thought, and then it's the man time to talk, when he start to verbally communicate with her, he get chopped off, you know, and so that causes a man to close down. So do you think women are conscious of, like, when a man listen to her talk, and then when it's his time to talk, she chop him off? Do you think they aware of what they be doing?
Okay, now we're going to have to stereotype, and we're going to have to go into certain relationships, because that doesn't obtain to all couples in all relationships. So I don't know.
It's a hypothetical.
I don't know. I just think that communication is a great skill. It's one of the skills that you learn early on in an early age. We teach our infants to talk because we want them to be able to communicate. You have to be able to communicate, to talk to God. You have to know how to pray. You have to know when to pray. So communication is overall, it's a great skill, and you should not lose it. You should always use it and apply it when necessary. And couples have to learn how to talk to each other, how to activate each other, how to give each other signs or signals that we need to talk, and how to be able to listen as well as talk.
You made those are all valid points, but one point you really made that just stuck out to me. You said something about listening, right? Mm-hmm. Even in the book of the Bible, in James 1:19, it is written, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let everyone be first swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath." So in the Bible, it say, be swift to hear, which means listening. How, from a woman's standpoint, how can you really tell that I'm listening to you? Or in general, how does a woman can tell if a man is in her presence that he's listening to her?
If she's talking and she's talking about conversations that's pertaining to their relationship, he's listening. If he cares, if he's concerned about his relationship, then he's listening. And if he's not, he's probably not he's probably not concerned.
Well, how does a woman know whether or not the man is actually listening to her? Like, say for instance, they're in a private setting, and she said, "I got to talk to you."
You generally have a conversation. You're generally looking eye to eye, and you're face to face.
Yeah, that's very, very important. For you all, just remember that listening is one of the most vital part of communication. That's what you first need to do. You listen to what your mate is saying to you. You don't listen to give an answer. You listen so you can get a kind of perspective of where your spouse or your mate is coming from. In closing, do you have anything else to say about communication?
Just a word filthy spoken is like apples of gold in settings of silver. Proverbs 25:11.
Amen to that. Right now, my wife and I, we're gonna let you all per se off the hook, and we will talk to you another time. This is Toomer excuse me, what is this?
Toomer's Couples Ministry.
Yeah, that too. And my name is Tony M. Toomer.
And I'm Taqusia Toomer.
Her name's Cinderella. That's what I call her. Have a good day.
Have a great Sunday.
Goodbye.